Hello. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. There's only so many places I can get to in a year, and I'm committed to going out and visiting all of our members and getting to as many State Fraternal Congress meetings as possible, and I hope to be at your meeting next year. I hope your meeting is bigger and better than ever. State Fraternal Congresses are just an integral part, absolutely integral part of the fraternal system. Not only do these meetings give you the opportunity to network with your friends and learn from your peers and colleagues, they also give us an opportunity to take our message to members of the state legislature and members of Congress and their staffs who work in states. These are challenging times for all financial services providers. Fraternals even more so. We've all seen our surpluses depleted as a result of the economic downturn. We've all been hit hard by these hard times, all life insurers. But because fraternals are so narrowly or thinly capitalized in many cases, the impact has hurt us even more. And we're all working hard to enhance the relevance of what we do, both the relevance of our financial services products, making sure our life insurance products can compete with those of the large commercial carriers, because after all, that's who we're competing against. We rarely compete against each other. We do, however, compete against the commercial life insurers, and we have to make sure our products are in tune and that resonate with the market, with our current members, and more importantly with our prospective members, particularly younger prospective members, to make sure those products are in line, the pricing is right, and it's sold the way they want to purchase it. Increasingly, that's with a web presence. We're trying to do our best in that area. We're also trying to enhance the relevance of our fraternal activities and member benefits. We need to make sure that what we do in our community and social service efforts really makes a difference. It attracts people to our societies. It makes sense for them to pitch in and help. We have two things that we need to do well, fraternal and financial, which makes it difficult for us. But we also have two opportunities to bring customers and members in the door through two separate doors, through the financial services door, through agents and professional marketing efforts, and through the fraternal door, through our community service activities. Fraternals have survived for over a century because of our affinity with members, our level of trust. Fraternals are the only life insurance organization that actually showed an increase in sales this year because people return to that level of trust. They want to do business with someone they can depend on, someone they have an affinity with. We have an inherent advantage in that market, and we need to exploit that and take advantage of it. Most importantly, we survive because we've been there for members. We're in business for all the right reasons. And that's, to me, very heartening. I can go home at night and sleep well knowing that my constituents, my bosses, all of you folks out there, are in business for all the right reasons. It's not just about hitting the numbers for the last quarter. It's doing the right thing for the members over the long term. And the long term for fraternals has been well over a century. I think we can take pride in that. But we need to tell that story. We need to tell that story much more effectively, because increasingly people just aren't aware of the fraternal option. I mean, you can look at a graph where we were in 1909 with 50% of the market, and where we are in 2009, we're a statistical blip with 2% of the market, maybe even less. We need to reverse that trend. That's going to take some work. Doubtful we'll ever get back to 50%, but I'd take 3 or 4 or 5, and I think it can be done. But we need to tell that story. We need to tell the story of the fraternal option. We need to tell it more effectively, and that is where state fraternal congresses come in. There are no greater spokespersons for the fraternal system than you folks. We could hire 1,000 Hollywood movie stars to spread the fraternal message, but none of them would do as good a job as you, because you live and breathe the system every single day. I hope in 2010, if you haven't done this in 2009, I hope you'll do it in 2010. You'll include a Day on the Hill event in your State Fraternal Congress activities. Pick a day, get everyone to the state capitol, set up meetings with lawmakers, invite a lawmaker in to come and speak with you, invite congressional staffers. It's absolutely critical that public policymakers know who we are and what we do. The tax battle is going to be engaged next year. And you say, well, you know, that's a federal issue. Why are state lawmakers important to that? Well, where do members of Congress get their information from? They get it from folks in the district, and they get it from the state lawmakers who represent that same district, those crossovers. It's extremely important that we get to know our state legislators. Moreover, where do members of Congress come from? Typically, they come from state legislatures. So we want to get to know these guys before they get elected to Congress. And doing a Day on the Hill with the State Fraternal Congress is just one of the best ways possible we can do that. Write guest editorials in your local papers. Local weeklies are maybe one of the last bastions of American newspapers. You know, the big dailies are struggling, reducing their publications, some going out of business. But the local weeklies and the local smaller dailies are still very, very strong. People get a lot of information from them. So write guest editorials. Talk about your society's activities. Talk about what it means to be a fraternalist. Spread the message. We need to be communicators of the fraternal gospel. We are modest people, typically, and we don't like to glorify ourselves. But in this case, it's absolutely necessary. We need to tell our story. We need to tell our story much better than we have in the past. And a couple of ways to do that are ones I just discussed. Day on the Hill, op-eds, guest editorials in your local paper. The best way to grow the system, the best way to end that downward slide in percentage of folks involved in fraternals, is to tell our story. Let people know the value, the advantage, just all the good things about the fraternal system, the fraternal option. If people knew that they could purchase their insurance products, their life insurance products, through an organization that took the proceeds and funneled them back into local good works in their communities, I think millions more people would opt for the fraternal option. But we've got to let them know that that's available to them. NFCA is here to help you every step of the way. We'll assist you with those letters. We'll assist you helping set up meetings with members of Congress, state legislatures. We'll assist you in setting up a Day on the Hill for your state fraternal Congress. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. Contact us by email, by phone, go on the website. We're here to help you. And there's nothing more that we want to do. There's no more important priority than helping our individual members and helping our state fraternal congresses do their jobs better. We have a huge stake in the future of the fraternal system, all of us. I want to make it last for another 125 years, and I want to see that graph make a gradual shift upward. We can only do it with your help. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful meeting, and please stay in touch.